Well, hello there and welcome to the Model 401. My name is Ross and today we're on issue 6 of Titanic, the Ship, the Legend by Hachette Partworks. As you can see, we've got the magazine just here and then the parts for today's issue. So let's have a quick look at this and then we'll get back to you shortly. And there we have it, parts for this issue. So we've got some more valve shafts, look like some screws, and then we have another part of the hull here, Titanic nameplate, just there in die-cast metal. Okay, so before we go into this, let's have a quick look into the magazine and see what it's got to offer us today. And okay, so here we have it, issue number 6. Let's have a quick look what we've got inside. So we have the Giant of the Sea, Vulcan's Forge, Titanic spoilers, A Date with Destiny, Violet Constant Jessup, the story of the remarkable survivor, the Edwardian era, treasures from the bygone age, and step-by-step instructions for the hull section and engine parts. And again, you can see issue 7 just there with what we're going to get in the next issue. So we have the Vulcan's Forge, the Titanic spoilers in this section, part of the Giants of the Sea. Then we have Violet Constant Jessup and her story of her travels. We have the treasures from the bygone age as part of the Edwardian era. And then we have the hull section and engine parts. As you can see, our construction section here. And it looks like we're going to need the previous issue, the bit we did last episode. And it also looks like we're going to need the engine that we did back in issue 3. And then we also need the remaining hull section from the last issue as well. Okay, let's get this all ready and let's start building. Okay, so these are all the parts that we have for issue 6. So we've got some more of the valve rods, connectors, some screws, and this side of the hull. So what we're going to do for this issue is get the parts we made back in issue 5, which was this valve rod section here. And we're going to add on the remaining valves onto this rod. So first of all, we're going to take this connection here. And just like in the last issue, we're going to clip it on to this little section here. And the same with this one. Clip them both in. And then just the same as before, take the rod connector, square end, and we add them into the connectors we have just installed. So just take the square end, put it in the very top end, and that should snap in. Bit tricky, this one. There we go. And then the small hook here then just goes into the back of that rod section right in the middle. Like so. And again, we just repeat that with this small part here. So just get the square end into the back. Like so. And then the smaller hook into the middle, just here. And that should clip in quite nicely, giving us a little piece like this. So now that you get the stage right here, now we need to bring in the engine that we made back in issue 3. This lovely fella. And what we need to do is turn it around so you've got the whole pegs here. And then we need to install these pegs in with this. First of all, see how they've got the connections here that are a bit empty? We now need to clip these in. The valves we made earlier on. So to do this, what we're going to do is turn this around like so. Put all the rods facing forward. Just like that. What we then need to do is have this rotate so the first connector is facing upwards. So then what we need to do now is add these connections just into the top section here. They should just click in. Like so. We want to go from underneath, so get the hook, put it under the section, and then just click it in, like so. And again, underneath, into the section, and hopefully it'll click in. There we go. And then the last one in this bottom section here. Perfect. And that should give you your rod connections just there. So now this is installed, you should have the rods on the beam facing downwards. That's what you need. You're going to need these rods in that position so we can fold over, and they should then clip in to this little section here. So you can see it's got little holes in each section, and we just need to put them into this section here, and it should automatically just click in quite naturally. He says. But like so. And there you have it. So after a little bit of fiddling, the rod should go in and be flushed against the engine and give you your pistons just there, like so. And then just do a quick test, because I've not put this back on yet. If you put the crankshaft back on, and then that should rotate, and you should have a moving engine, just like so. Quite neat, that is. Brilliant. Just put that to the side right now, and then we should come on to our last part here with the whole section. So what we need to do now is take the previous whole section from issue 5, and then this needs to be connected to this on the back. So if you rotate it, so it's face down with all the connections on top, this should then, following that lip at the top, clip straight into this, like so. Giving us a fine connection like that. And what we want to do is screw in some screws into that. And we've just got these little screws here to do that. So let's just put that in position. So there we have it, the two connections put together. You want to make sure that's as flush as possible. Mine's a little bit loose at the moment, but I think that's because there's no ribbing at the back to secure it in place. But I'm pretty sure once that's all put in place, it'll be back and strong. And we have, of course, a spare screw. So that concludes today's episode on issue 6. We have the hull section and then the updates on the engine as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.